you can see that in this one it may work นะครับ it may work but I mean like for the information more in here นะครับ just the Excel itself may not be able to handle and apart from that one some of the website they provide you with a real-time data that you may have to get it every day นะครับ the problem is that if you do like this นะครับ by copy and paste into Excel and get into Power BI you can't do anything anymore because I mean like if tomorrow the data is updated you have to go to that website copy to Excel นะครับ and after that get into Power BI again and again but if you just like link this website to Power BI as a first time นะครับ tomorrow when you enter the Power BI file you just click refresh and then it gets the data นะครับ new data into Power BI straight away why there is nothing on domestic for Mulan I think because because the website owner นะครับ when they created in here นะครับ the country that they have Mulan to be shown it doesn't have Mulan นะครับ on that program so that's why it just show dash and dash something like that นะครับ so actually it depends on the owner of the data ครับ in this one นะครับ okay so in this one because I mean like some countries they may just like prohibit Mulan movies to be shown in their country as well นะครับ or some of the countries they say that because of the COVID-19 situation they just like don't show Mulan นะครับ in the cinema something like that so that's why the domestic might be shown as dash something like that นะครับ okay right now นะครับ some website you may copy into Excel and then get into Power BI but if you see the nature of the data if the nature of the data is updated every day or every couple of hours นะครับ copying into Excel first might not work because you have to waste a lot of time to copy and paste and get into Power BI all the time นะครับ so the things that we have to do or we should do is that in the data นะครับ of the website like this for the nature if it's updated many times or even it said that you said okay it's updated once a year you may be able to get into Power BI straight away anyway นะครับ okay so how do we gonna do that firstly นะครับ firstly you copy the URL of that website first นะครับ if it is the website I mean like this นะครับ you can see that on the home page นะครับ it doesn't have the table that you copy because you can see that there are like many small tables in here it makes Power BI to be confused นะครับ you have to go to the page that has the data that you want to have for example in here I told you before it's the worldwide one นะครับ and when you get the information already นะครับ in here if you want the data from this page just copy the URL นะครับ just copy it after that what are we going to do we go to Power BI นะครับ we go to Power BI after that นะครับ okay make sure that this is a new file นะครับ new Power BI for my one is untitled I don't have anything in here นะครับ it's a blank Power BI file I choose get data and then you see web right web click web and then paste URL นะครับ paste URL then you just copy from the browser after that you click OK นะครับ you click OK then Power BI will analyze for that table นะครับ that how can you copy or how can you get that data into Power BI นะครับ make sure that if this file นะครับ if the file you are using if the Power BI file you are using is from the web นะครับ your computer has to connect to the internet นะครับ because I mean like for example if you just like use your laptop นะครับ and you got the data from this website let's say yesterday today if you go to present something to your customer let's say นะครับ and you just like accidentally don't connect your laptop with the internet, there will be two consequences. Sometimes นะครับ the data that you get might be the non-updated data because once you don't connect to the internet, Power BI doesn't know that whether this data is usable or not, so that's why it may show the old data for you. Or second one, some of the website, when you get or once you retrieve the data, let's say from yesterday, it was the online data, and today it's offline, then the data that you got from yesterday might show the error instead นะครับ so make sure that if you want to use the Power BI that links to the website นะครับ of like some data source, make sure that the internet is connected. Okay, now Power BI analyze that website already, the page that you copy already, so there comes to have like seven possible tables นะครับ normally if you get the data from the website, we don't get every table นะครับ you have to choose first นะครับ how to choose and which table that we can use, you just have to see the preview นะครับ for example in here I see table 1 first. You can see that table 1 doesn't show the data at all. It shows rank release group worldwide domestic percent นะครับ foreign percent. If you compare with the data นะครับ in the website on through the web browser, it's here ครับ it's just the heading, so it doesn't work นะครับ we don't get this table 1 นะครับ. Now move on to table 2. Table 2 in here นะครับ it's okay, it shows headings นะครับ and have like rank release group worldwide percent for domestic percent foreign นะครับ and percent 1. This one seems to be okay. Table 3 has just the column called rank only and there's no data นะครับ inside นะครับ. In here you can see that it might be just like get the data from this one because it just like gets from the website and it tries to just analyze นะครับ. After that, okay, what about table 4? Table 4, you can see that in here it looks okay. It looks okay for the data here, but the heading looks strange นะครับ because in column 5, 6 and 7 they show now นะครับ but the data, that means from the third row to the last one นะครับ this one they show just like 69 records only because there are like many data นะครับ they just show the first part of the data only นะครับ. Now we move on to table 5. Table 5 doesn't work. Table 6 doesn't work. Table 7 doesn't work นะครับ because it just cut the part of the table wrongly. So that means table 2, table 4 นะครับ, both of them seems to be okay. But if you have a look on table 2, the heading looks better because all the columns name นะครับ columns heading they are okay. For percent and percent 1 นะครับ, you can see that if we compare to the original data, because they are the same value percent, so that's why Power BI cannot name different columns with the same name in the same table. That's why it just show percent and percent 1, something like that. And if you say that for percent we don't want to use it, we want to use just the revenue in dollars only, you can fix it later if you want นะครับ in here. Okay, so if we decide to use this table, you just click นะครับ and choose load, or you may transform it now. Okay, so in here if I want to load first to see how this data look like นะครับ I load the data into Power BI นะครับ make sure that the internet must be on all the time นะครับ if you use this kind of the data source นะครับ after that นะครับ once you just go to this table นะครับ to the data sheet, you can see that in here it just show the data for us นะครับ it just show all the data for us already นะครับ and in here it shows 294 records นะครับ 294 let's see you have to open that website and compare all the time นะครับ because sometimes if you get the data from the website the data might not be completed due to just like the analysis of Power BI. They can just analyze the coding of the programs in this website and try to get the data as much as they can นะครับ but sometimes if it's not correct นะครับ if there is something wrong you may have to just like delete this data file and then get another one once again. Now if we scroll down you can see that the last rank is 294 spaceship Earth นะครับ and if you have a look on Power BI the last one is spaceship Earth as well. Okay, so this one let me compare the revenue once again. Yeah, 362. Okay, in here this one is what I want. Now I say that I want the revenue only and I want to know the percentage นะครับ what are we going to do? We have to delete these columns out นะครับ in order to delete unnecessary columns นะครับ from your table นะครับ we do it as always we have to go to transform data นะครับ okay this is the data source that we have I don't want percent column and percent one column นะครับ I just go to percent column here นะครับ and you can see that you may right click นะครับ and remove or you may go to the home tab and go to remove column here นะครับ remove column here click remove now the percent column is gone นะครับ after that you do the same thing with percent one column นะครับ you do the same thing with percent one column delete it so right now you have just the things that you want to have that are like 5 columns altogether rank release group worldwide domestic and foreign นะครับ and after that if you are okay with this data for the further analysis you just like close and apply นะครับ so once you go back to Power BI นะครับ you can see that our data has just like the worldwide domestic and foreign column นะครับ for the revenues left we don't have percentage anymore and then you can just like do something for example you may just like analyze นะครับ and show the data from different movies as you like นะครับ okay let me see this one okay so this one it depends on like what kind of displaying would you like to have นะครับ okay or you can find a total as you like นะครับ okay this one is the getting of the data from the website นะครับ so I'll save this file first and then see what happened once I open the file once again นะครับ I'll name this file as box office mojo นะครับ as box office mojo just one below okay so when I save this file นะครับ when I save this file I'll close Power BI first and then just open this file once again นะครับ okay now I'm opening box office mojo นะครับ Power BI file you can see that in here นะครับ it just like take a little bit time to retrieve the data from the internet นะครับ from the internet and especially when it compares this data to the internet and there's something change it will tell you that you haven't refreshed the data yet นะครับ for how long ago and then you just like click to refresh the data นะครับ so just a little bit more if I just like change if I want to rename this table นะครับ I may say that okay this is worldwide 2020 or worldwide be worldwide 2020 this one is to rename the table นะครับ you can see that in the field list the table name is changed นะครับ okay now if I go to the sorry if I just like go to the main screen นะครับ of Power BI how do I know that what is the source of data of this movie worldwide did they get it from the internet or not or did they get from like other files I may have to go to transform data นะครับ for the Power Query Editor to see นะครับ okay this is the data that we have so if you want to check นะครับ whether I get this data from the internet or not you just go to the home tab and you see data source setting right in here if you just like right click นะครับ you just right click data source you can see that our original source of data is from the internet from the web นะครับ from this website นะครับ from this page okay right okay so next on นะครับ what are we going to do in here you can see that once we get the data unfortunately when I just like show the data or in the chart it doesn't work นะครับ the reason นะครับ I just like want you to see is here okay just have a look in this one if I want to show the release group and then for the worldwide okay you can see that in here it doesn't show anything what's going on with this one can somebody tell me why Power BI doesn't show the bar นะครับ for each movies นะครับ but it shows these color dots with the values instead what's wrong with it can somebody tell me what's going on what happened to our chart okay now let's see นะครับ somebody is answering no value okay Nathan said that no value this one we have values right in the worldwide okay my chat is showing data bar นะคะ Manit ครับ can you please share your screen to us ครับ okay I want other students to see the comparison between yours and mine okay let me stop my sharing first นะครับ okay you can see that okay see mine first okay the data chart here doesn't show anything นะครับ it just show the color dots with the values like this instead นะครับ and this is my table นะครับ now let's see Manit ครับ would you mind to show us your visualizations and data please okay thank you so right now let's see this is from Manit's นะครับ chart okay Manit ครับ would you mind to just like go to show the data in the data sheet yeah okay right so everyone just have a look when you compare mine and Manit what's the difference everyone you have to notice นะครับ because when you have to just like work with Power BI or even in Excel you have to notice about this too. What's the difference? What's the difference? Okay, let me capture Manit's screen first. Okay, and then I'll show my one to compare with Manit นะครับ Okay, thank you นะครับ Manit. I'm going to share my screen to all of you once again นะครับ Okay, this is my data. And then let me open up Manit's data. Just won't be long. Okay. Okay, let me scroll up to let you see my data. Okay, this one. So everyone just have a look. What's the difference ครับ between mine and Manit's data? Can someone tell me what's the difference between mine and hers? Apart from percentage นะครับ apart from percentage because she just like still have the percent columns. Anyone can tell me what's wrong with mine? Can someone tell me what's wrong with it? If you just look at my screen easily. Hang on. Nathanan said that no value in foreign columns. I have values here ครับ in my foreign column I have values and on Manit's screen นะครับ she has foreign values in the sorry she has values in foreign column as well. No ครับ not that one. Both of us still have some values or something inside นะครับ Okay. Okay, let me just like expand the size of the column a bit so that you can see something outstanding. I try to just give you a clue นะครับ Now do you see? Anyone else would like to try? What's wrong with my worksheet? I can tell you that in the examination, you may be confronted with a situation like this and you have to know how to solve it. Before you can solve, you have to know the cause of error first. If you think about Excel that we learned before, I told you that if it is the numbers or if it's a currency, how can you notice ครับ How can you notice that it's the currency or numbers or just the text? Okay. Now let me show you on my Excel file once a bit again. Suppose I type $1 million. Okay, $1 million. Okay, this is the number, right? This is the number. Okay, now if I just like format the cells to be currency, this is numbers นะครับ in Excel. If I type it 1 million, if I just like want to show it as a currency, okay, this is, sorry, this is the currency นะครับ that you have it. Okay. Now นะครับ if I type the same thing but I type 1 million ครับ in this one นะครับ right now in here, if you want to know that what it means, you can see that in here there are two different things นะครับ left is currency, right is text, because it's the alignment is different นะครับ so Nathan and Ratchanon, okay, let's see what they answer. Nathan said that it is displayed as a text right now because it's aligned left. Yes. Ratchanon alignment, yes. You can see that to notice is easy นะครับ if it's the number นะครับ without just adjusting anything it will be right aligned นะครับ wow, this one นะครับ in column B here, you can see that because I type it นะครับ with the dollar sign with the comma symbol, so Excel treat it as a text. That's why it's left aligned. Now we just go back to our Power BI. On my one, the difference between mine and Manit is that for Manit's value นะครับ in each column they are shown as นะครับ I mean at least นะครับ that I see right now the worldwide column here นะครับ it's the number for sure because it's right aligned, but while domestic and foreign I don't see it because it's just like the size or the width of the column is a bit narrower than worldwide, so I don't see whether it's left or right, but I guess it might be left aligned นะครับ. So let's have Manit to try on her own. Manit ครับ just try on the domestic values นะครับ in your chart whether it shows something or not, because for the worldwide one your value is the number, while domestic here it seems like if it is left aligned here it should be the text นะครับ so what are we going to do ครับ in this one you have to fix a problem นะครับ in this one if it is left aligned we know that it should be the text, then we have to change it to be the number นะครับ in order to change it we have to go to transform the data once again นะครับ we have to change go to transform data once again and you can see that here. Okay, Manit said that it doesn't show because it's all the text นะครับ so you can see that even right now when we use different computers นะครับ to analyze the Power BI, to use Power BI to analyze the web นะครับ it just like get the data in different column in as different type it's possible, so that's why you have to check it properly นะครับ in this one นะครับ what should we do? The first one is that we just choose นะครับ one column first. I just like try to just like choose the worldwide column, change it as the fixed decimal number นะครับ in here you can see that it shows the error for us. Now I just go back to choose the text นะครับ and add new step ครับ so right now it seems like it doesn't work because it's just like caused the error already. The things that you have to do is that in the apply step you just cancel all the step that we had before นะครับ. Right now let's try to change นะครับ if it is the decimal number it's error again. So this one by just changing the data type like this doesn't work anymore นะครับ doesn't work anymore. What should we do นะครับ I can tell you that if you just change the data type and it doesn't work นะครับ we have to do a couple of steps instead. The first one you have to eliminate dollar sign out next you have to eliminate comma out นะครับ so that it will be just the pure number and then you change the data type นะครับ what are we going to do in here okay let's see whether they have the ready-made functions to do it or not นะครับ so we go to that column นะครับ and then we go to transform นะครับ in this one you can see that in here most of them we have just at most trim or clean นะครับ trim or clean that means it doesn't help much okay let's try first because if you trim นะครับ if you trim worldwide column there's nothing happen because there is no leading space that's why it doesn't clear out if you go to transform and then clean it's clean already so that's why nothing gonna happen here นะครับ so when trim and clean doesn't work what should we do the first thing is that I told you to eliminate dollar sign right some of you may say that if I want to eliminate dollar sign I have to just like what to say split first you may split dollar sign out of other values and then you just like delete that column out that might be first way the second way is that you may choose replace values instead นะครับ and after that you replace dollar sign with nothing นะครับ with null value okay let's try นะครับ so today we are right now we are going to replace the values so everyone just choose worldwide column right click and choose replace values นะครับ after that value to find is dollar sign นะครับ is dollar sign and replace with nothing นะครับ means that you don't type anything here นะครับ or you may replace with space okay up to you นะครับ in here if I just replace with nothing means that they will replace dollar sign with null value then I click OK so you can see that right now all dollar sign is eliminated already นะครับ I do one column at a time นะครับ and then when we finish we'll just like move on to do the rest of the column now I right click I don't want to have comma as well because comma may cause the error because if this one นะครับ I just try to change it to be decimal numbers นะครับ this one it may be okay นะครับ up to you but if you say that okay no I want it to have to remove the comma you can just like do it as well นะครับ but if you are okay with these values already okay this one is okay yeah no problem we want to use this one okay okay this one นะครับ suppose you say that this one is okay already you just like stop doing this column and then you go to another column instead นะครับ domestic you just replace values นะครับ dollar sign by nothing นะครับ and then click OK and change the data type to be whole number decimal numbers no whole number okay this one for the error just leave them like that first นะครับ we'll manage it later on and do the last thing with the foreign นะครับ replace dollar sign with nothing and then change the data type sorry okay so now นะครับ we will replace the error นะครับ we will replace errors นะครับ with 0 นะครับ replace error with 0 นะครับ do the same thing with foreign if you say that okay in some situation when you analyze the data by yourself and you found that hey อาจารย์ error is not 0 then you leave the error like that so that when you do the graph it should show the outstanding values like error for you นะครับ state away and then you may have to explain to the person who view this data that the error is because we don't have the data นะครับ it doesn't mean zero นะครับ something like that นะครับ so it's up to you but be careful because the original data they had dash นะครับ it means that they may not be able to find the value for that movie in that specific country, something like that. Then you may have to just like show the chart as is นะครับ don't delete the error out, leave it like that. If it's up to the context that you want to have. After that, when you are okay with this data already, all of them are numbers นะครับ already นะครับ all of them are numbers already นะครับ and they are the currency นะครับ after that you just close and apply นะครับ keep in mind that every time you do anything with transforming the data in each column always create the new steps in here นะครับ don't replace the existing step because sometimes there are like more than one step that you do once you just like apply as a new step นะครับyou can undo one at a time easily but if you just like combine them together already sometimes if you want to undo just one step only you can't do it นะครับ so just try to add as a new steps in here when it asks you then I close and apply นะครับ once I close and apply already นะครับ once I close and apply already let's see what happened in this one นะครับ when you finish already so right now it shows just like the dollar sign symbol for you นะครับ comma symbol for you and it's right aligned that means it's all the numbers นะครับ then I just like delete this chart out first create a new one นะครับ and then it shows release group and then worldwide now it shows everything properly already นะครับSo this is another kind of cleaning the data if you download from the website นะครับ it will be like this okay right okay this is the way in order to get the data from the website called Box Office Mojo นะครับ you may have a question like hey but how can Box Office Mojo has just one table because I mean like once you get the data from Box Office Mojo website you get just one table only นะครับ if you say that but we have like some commission that we get from different movies then you may have to create it as another Excel file like commission and then you just get into this table นะครับ sorry get into this Power BI file so that it can just like link as a model later on นะครับ it depends on the data that you have นะครับ okay so right now everyone's data is shown as a correct visualization already right okay right so up to this point do you have any problems or any questions ครับ for getting the data into Power BI in another form okay so if you don't have the question right now you may have the question later นะครับ now I just like ask you for the initial question that you may have first นะครับ so if you don't have the question right now นะครับ I'll just let you to work and discuss with your team นะครับ for the group presentation on next week นะครับ so you just like discuss with your team นะครับ you just discuss with your team for the rest of the time that we have นะครับ I'll let you just like go I'll finish the class at this point นะครับ so I hope that you can just like process more and do more have some more progress on your team discussion นะครับ some of you นะครับ during the weekends you asked me that for the data how can we obtain it นะครับ if you have the company at home นะครับ and you decide to do that one you may just like ask from your parents or from your family to get the data but for some confidential data for example the name of the customers you may remove it and replace it with just like some dummy name นะครับ or if you would like to make up the data by yourself you can do it นะครับ but make sure that the data that you create by yourself or make it up by yourself must be reasonable นะครับ so that you can show your presentation properly. But if you say that, okay, I make the data up and the sales amount is $1, $2, it looks strange นะครับ that one you just like make it to be like some more reasonable values. For example, if you say that you do the barber shop, expect that, okay, let's say in one day you may just get $2,000 $3,000 นะครับ or $5,000 per day, something like that. I mean, in Thailand you may get like 10,000 baht or 5,000 baht per day, something like that for the barber shop นะครับ that is more logical. Okay, right. And for the things like the company profile, you may make it up นะครับ or for some companies that you said that, for example, if some of you said, oh, I want to do the what to say, the business case from thaiairasia.com, something like that. You have to know that, okay, for the profile of the company, you may download from the internet and just like use it to create as your profile. Or if you say that I want to run a business called XYZ Airlines, but I mean like you may want to use like many of the basic profile from AirAsia. You just like do like that, and then you just like review นะครับ and revise that kind of profile to be for XYZ Airlines instead นะครับ okay then นะครับ everyone, before I just let you go to discuss with your team นะครับ everyone please turn on your camera ครับ so that I can just capture the screen before we finish the class นะครับ okay, just won't be long. Natasha, Songyot, Napat, and Avika ครับ please turn on your camera นะครับ while we are waiting for the rest of you to just like open up the camera, let me just tell you นะครับ because on the next term นะครับ most, I think maybe 99% of the class we have in MUIC will be on campus based นะครับ so if you are in overseas right now นะครับ don't forget to spare the time นะครับ to fly to Thailand too, because I have one student นะครับ who just like fly from Laos นะครับ on last week นะครับ to back to Thailand, and she has to be quarantined in Thailand before she can just like just go out. So that means right now she has to just like study with me นะครับ because it's the online, no problem. But anyway, once she has to study with me, she has to just like be in the state quarantine place นะครับ so same as you, because next term it will be the campus base already. You have to spare around like 14 days ahead นะครับ otherwise you may just like have to write a letter to your instructor that you are in the state quarantine place นะครับ okay, all right, because right now the government still say that it is reducing from 14 days to 10 days only, but you have to just like check นะครับ with the immigration office นะครับ for how long that the Thai government announced นะครับ for the number of days for the quarantine นะครับ but anyway นะครับ most of you are here in Thailand already, that is good นะครับ right, okay. But anyway, if some of you still have like some problems of just like being into Thailand, you just like you can talk to me นะครับ without any problems นะครับ I can just like find some more information for you นะครับ okay then นะครับ everyone นะครับ I let you have the discussion with your team. You may have around 20 minutes นะครับ to discuss with your team นะครับ sorry, firstly I told you that you should have like from 9 o'clock, but I just like talk about like transforming the data for too long. Okay, we'll continue the class นะครับ on the next on this coming Wednesday นะครับ. so okay ครับ everyone, you have a nice day นะครับ and we see each other again on this coming Wednesday ครับ bye bye for now นะครับ take care and stay safe ครับ bye bye, see you on Wednesday ครับ bye everyone.
อาจารย์คะ
yes ครับ
for last project we have to use Power BI นะคะหรือว่า
no ครับ just Excel ครับ
okay just Excel and for the present นะคะมันเรียงลำดับยังไงอะเดี๋ยวจะจับฉลากหรือว่า
yes I'll draw นะครับ I'll just like random ครับ
โอเค
ครับ
thank you ค่ะ
welcome ครับบ๊ายบาย